Hello everyone, and welcome to my second game storytelling video on my channel. Today I'm going to start off a debut episode of a new series that covers historically fictionalized accidents that are based on events that occurred in the real world. In today's episode, I'm going to be covering a story called The Sinking of the SSV Scarecrow, and I will break down the reasons why the state-of-the-art submarine sank on its routine voyage to Hawaii, claiming the lives of all 97 men on the vessel. Now I know some of you have a fear of the ocean and also being in claustrophobic spaces, so if you don't want to watch the video, then you can click on my last upload where I covered the fictional disappearances of the Hellhop Triangle, which is also based on the Alaskan Triangle. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel as I am making a hobby of creating stories that capture the attention of the human mind and bring the puzzles of mysterious events together. Without further hesitation, let's jump right into the first episode of Accidental or Intentional. Our story begins in the bustling city of Los Metros. It's the 1st of July, 2003, 3 days before the Independence Day celebration. At the Gloucester Naval Academy subyard, the SSV Scarecrow, a 1971-built Navy submarine, is getting ready to go on its depth trial to a naval base in Hawaii. The crew consists of 97 men who are part of the Academy's Maritime Warriors program, ranging from midshipmen to seniors. They are going to be learning and experiencing what being on a sub is like. The men are aged 23 to 28 years old. One of them is 24-year-old Florida native Richard Alstenberg. He is a newly ranked lieutenant and has been with the Academy since he was 19 years old. According to those who were at the time of the sub's fateful day, Richard was looking forward to riding on a sub with his crewmates. Just 3 days prior, Richard told his parents on a phone call that he would let his parents know when he arrived at the naval base in Hawaii. Also days prior, Richard was engaged to his girlfriend of 5 years, and they planned to marry as soon as he got back. In charge of the SSV Scarecrow is 38-year-old Captain Robin Roswell. Since being part of the Gloucester Academy alumni, Roswell has commanded 10 naval submarines. During a press conference just weeks before the SSV Scarecrow's journey, Roswell said that taking the sub to the Pacific will be a challenge that he sure as hell would take on. Also on board is 27-year-old ham communication radio operator and 30-year student Steve Pilton. As one of the 56 midshipmen on the sub, he is the only one that is assigned to handle the communication between the SSV Scarecrow and the surface. As preparations are complete, Operator Pilton makes his first call to the Academy's Maritime Dispatch Office. The person at the Academy radio is senior student Cadet Tony Mickens.
Topside. SSV Scarecrow is awaiting clearance to digress for depth trial. Over.
SSV Scarecrow, topside transmission acknowledged. Clearance to digress is granted.
At around 12:02 p.m., the SSV Scarecrow departs the Gloucester Naval Academy subdock and begins its voyage. The Scarecrow will navigate through the Tri-State Inlet all the way to a maritime route zone named Zone 53. The sub has made this type of navigation many times without incident, and the Navy considers the Tri-State Inlet as the main waterway for military vessels that pass through it. At around 12:10 p.m., Operator Pilton makes his update transmission on the Scarecrow's distance to Zone 53.
Academy topside operations. SSV Scarecrow operating on course to Zone 53. Estimated time to exit wait 10 minutes. Over.
SSV Scarecrow, topside copy. Standing by for your call to estimated voyage point.
As minutes pass, the SSV Scarecrow continues to navigate through the inlet. The estimated time to arrival at the naval base in Hawaii will be between 2 to 3 weeks. At 12:20 p.m., the SSV Scarecrow reaches Zone 53. Operator Pilton makes an updated transmission.
SSV Scarecrow to topside. We have entered Zone 53. Our heading is 231 at 12.58 nautical miles. All operations stable.
SSV Scarecrow, roger.
Later at around 12:26 p.m., Cadet Mickens sends one last message to Operator Pilton.
SSV Scarecrow topside. Change frequency to USS Kingston's radio channel. Best of luck on your voyage, sir.
SSV Scarecrow acknowledged. Have a good day to you too, sir.
At 12:32 p.m., the SSV Scarecrow switches to the radio operations of the USS Kingston, a state-of-the-art battleship that is on an exercise voyage 10 miles from where the SSV Scarecrow is. At 12:35 p.m., Operator Pilton makes his first radio transmission to the USS Kingston.
Kingston topside, SSV Scarecrow with you at heading 253 at 6.12 nautical miles. Request clearance to dive.
USS Kingston to Scarecrow. Request to dive granted.
After Pilton makes that transmission, the Scarecrow begins its underwater descent. The strongness of the sub is put to the test as the vessel descends deeper under the Pacific. At around 1:05 p.m., Operator Pilton sends one last call to the USS Kingston.
Topside. SSV Scarecrow now exceeding depth at 1,000.
SSV Scarecrow, roger.
The rest of the voyage goes as planned.
The Scarecrow continues its journey through the depths of the Pacific, on course for its destination. As the sub travels through the water, Captain Roswell monitors the crew's performance and makes sure that they are following the correct orders. At this point, some of the crew are either having lunch or are sleeping in their bunkers. Among the crew, Richard Osterberg is on radar surveillance duty, where he is on the lookout for any enemy vessels that want to destroy the sub. Somewhere at around 12:48 p.m., Captain Roswell orders the crew to stabilize the Scarecrow's speed. The SSV Scarecrow continues to travel at a depth of 1,000 and is about halfway through the voyage. At around 12:49 p.m., Captain Roswell relieves Richard Osterberg from his duty and requests him to return to his bunker, which he does. With no other issues reported, the SSV Scarecrow continues on its journey and is making good progress to reach the naval base in Hawaii, and its time of arrival will be early.
Then at around 12:50 p.m., the Scarecrow's engine fails and stops working. Things soon take a bad turn as the sub begins to sink. At this point, Captain Roswell orders the crew to start emergency procedures. Operator Pilton makes his first emergency call to the USS Kingston.
Topside, SSV Scarecrow Pan 16. We have just lost main engine.
Topside to SSV Scarecrow, emergency call copy. Do you request for rescue assistance?
Negative, sir. We are exceeding at a depth of 10,000 and continuing. We are beyond the point of rescue.
SSV Scarecrow, Kingston topside acknowledged.
At 1:03 p.m., the radio operator in the USS Kingston sends a transmission to the Scarecrow. What he hears is not good.
SSV Scarecrow, is your backup generator active?
Stand by. Topside SSV Scarecrow, we have lost our backup generator. We have multiple hull breach alerts going off right now. We cannot restart engine, repeat. No engine restart.
SSV Scarecrow, roger. What is your current position of emergency, sir?
Heading 264.04 degrees. 14.87 nautical miles. We are rapidly sinking and we are taking on water, sir.
SSV Scarecrow, roger. State the number of souls on board your vessel.
We have 97 souls on board, sir. We are going down.
As the Scarecrow sinks deeper and deeper, the stress on the hull begins to create more holes. At around 1:05 p.m., Operator Pilton sends one last call to the USS Kingston.
Topside SSV Scarecrow. All electrical systems failing. We are falling through 8,000.
SSV Scarecrow topside, your transmission is fading. Kingston frequency acknowledges you. Is your engine restarted?
Topside negative.
SSV Scarecrow topside, Roger. Coast Guard has been notified of your emergency, sir. Do you have any other remaining option for the Coast Guard to rescue you?
Sir, we are running out of options. We're gonna be at the bottom any second now.
SSV Scarecrow topside. Are you able to secure your vessel from breakup? Please update USS Kingston Emergency Operations.
Out of time. We're finished. Damn it, we're going all the way.
SSV Scarecrow Kingston topside transmission check. Come back. SSV Scarecrow Kingston topside transmission check. Come back. SSV Scarecrow Kingston topside. Do you copy?
Despite numerous attempts at rescue, all contact with the SSV Scarecrow is lost at around 1:10 p.m. The Coast Guard never reached the sub to save the crew in time. It is believed that the Scarecrow made impact with the seafloor at 1:13 p.m., with all 97 crewmen still inside. The next day, the Coast Guard planned to launch a salvage recovery of the sub with the Navy, but the Navy denied participating because they claimed it's a maritime graveyard, and so the sub was never brought to the surface. After a 3-month investigation, the Transportation Investigation Board concluded that the failure of the sub's engine was caused by an outdated battery, which was due to be replaced 7 days before the sub left the Academy port. The case was soon closed, and the sinking of the SSV Scarecrow was deemed a total tragedy, and all 97 men, including Richard Alsterberg and Captain Roswell, were listed as drowned at sea. For the families of the 97 men and students of the Naval Academy, the event will haunt them for dear life. To end the story, the sinking of the SSV Scarecrow is concluded as accidental. Hey guys, it's Alex from the Mystery Vault. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. Just a little bit of a side note, it took me a while to make this because I was in class and stuff like that, but I really think this video came out perfectly the way it's supposed to be. And I know it may seem like that I upload very slow, so I'm just gonna try my best to increase the volume of uploads, and hopefully I will make my pace on YouTube very active. Also, there may be another debut episode from another series along the way, so just keep in mind. But anyways, I hope you really enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.